You've got Diablo 4 installed and ready to roll. The play button is calling you, promising epic adventures and countless hours of fun. But hold on a second. Before you charge headfirst into the world of Sanctuary, allow me to share 5 compelling reasons to dive headfirst into Diablo's rich lore. Trust me, it's worth it. I'm not even gonna make you watch the full video. Here's my list. Number 1. Understanding the motivations and decisions of each character in the story. Number 2. Uncovering all the references. Number 3. Getting the most bang for your buck. Number 4. Influence your class choice. Number 5. The lore is remarkably compelling. Now, if your curiosity is piqued, let's indulge it a bit further. Over the next 10 minutes, I'll delve into each of these reasons, unpack them, and discover why they could make your journey into Sanctuary all the more captivating. Let's get started. Reason number 1, understanding the motivations and decisions of the characters. The heart of any good story lies within its characters, and Diablo 4 isn't any different. Knowing their backstory isn't just about filling NPC dialogue. It's about understanding why they act the way they do, why they've made the decisions they've made, and how their past might shape their future. Let's take Inarius for example. Last time we saw him, he was Mephisto's prized captive, subjected to an eternity of torment. He got his eyelids ripped off for God's sake. Fast forward to Diablo 4 and he's out and about. But how? It's not just about satisfying our curiosity. His mysterious escape could very well have repercussions in the game, influencing events and maybe even decisions we'll have to make. By the way, if you haven't seen it yet, I worked really hard on a recap video of his story. Go check it out. Link in the description. And then there's Lilith. Once upon a time, Inarius made a pact never to harm her. But with all the trouble she's stirring up, how is that going to work? Will we be forced into a confrontation with him before we even get to her? There's no clear answers right now, just layers of intrigue to uncover. And that's the magic of the lore. It turns gameplay into an investigation, a hunt for clues that adds a whole new dimension to the game. So learning about the lore isn't just for the trivia nerds, it adds depth to their characters, gives context to their actions, and even has the potential to influence the decisions we'll make in the game. I know I won't be taking the side of Inarius if I can help it, and a good way to make those kind of informed decisions is by uncovering references. This is where the lore transforms Diablo 4 from just a game with big numbers and lots of clicking into an epic adventure full of aha moments. Blizzard has a knack for filling their games with subtle nods to the lore, with references that might seem insignificant to the untrained eye, but to the lore enthusiast, they're like hidden treasures waiting to be discovered. Remember the cinematic trailer? It was like a buffet of lore references. There were the clear ones, like the summoning of Lilith, but then there were the subtle ones. Did you catch a glimpse of Elias's true origins or notice the veiled nods to the Temple of the Triune? These weren't just thrown in there for the fun of it, they're part of the bigger picture, snippets of a story that's still unfolding. Also, if you want to learn more about all the characters in Diablo 4, check out the video I made that goes over each character. But it's not just in cinematics. In every corner of Diablo 4, there are tidbits of lore lurking. An offhand comment from an NPC, a cryptic engraving on a dungeon wall, the ominous title of a legendary weapon, they're all pieces of the puzzle that is Sanctuary's history. And when you know the lore, every discovery, every connection you make adds a jolt of satisfaction to your gameplay. It's like being in on a secret, one that makes the world of Diablo 4 feel all the more real and immersive. So yes, knowing the lore helps you appreciate the game's depth. But more than that, it transforms your gameplay into a treasure hunt. Each reference another gem to add to your collection. And let's be honest, who doesn't love a good treasure hunt? Especially if you're broke like me and you love maximizing value. Let's face it, when you're dropping around 70 schmeckles, dollars, pounds, whatever on a game, you want to squeeze every last drop of enjoyment out of it, right? Well, I think the lore is where the value is found. Knowing the lore isn't just about enjoying the main storyline, it's about uncovering the whole universe of content waiting to be discovered. It's like a key that opens up the many locked doors in the game, revealing additional layers to the story. Ever noticed how some side quests might seem irrelevant, but when you dive into the lore and the story, they suddenly take on a whole new meaning? Or how the in-game audio journals and gear descriptions often contain tiny nuggets of lore that connect to the bigger story. This isn't by accident, it's designed to enhance your gameplay, offering a deeper, richer experience. So not only does the lore add another level of depth to the game, it also prolongs your engagement. Instead of simply rushing to the endgame to get the best gear, you'll find yourself spending more time exploring every nook and cranny of the world, savoring the cinematics, listening to the audio journal, and poring over every item description. There's more to the game than being the first in the world to finish it. Reason number 4, influencing class choice. You might be thinking, Nix, what does lore have to do with whether I choose to be a barbarian or a sorceress? More than you might think, actually. You see, every class in Diablo has a backstory, a culture, a unique place in the world of Sanctuary. They're not just a bunch of stats and abilities, they're characters with histories and tradition, and the lore is where you find all that juicy information. Let's take the barbarians, for example. They're not just muscular warriors who love to smash things. Well, kinda. These are also people who've dedicated their lives to protect the sacred tome in Mount Arreat. Only there's a twist. Mount Arreat isn't there anymore. It's gone, destroyed, and now these noble warriors roam the earth seeking redemption for their perceived failure. Now isn't that a bit more compelling than simply picking a character because the meta told you to? Speaking of the barbarians, I'll have a full lore breakdown video out by next week, so make sure to subscribe if that's something you might be interested in. Knowing the lore behind each class not only adds depth to your character choice, but also creates a connection. You're not just playing a character, you're stepping into the shoes of a barbarian seeking redemption or a sorceress mastering the raw forces of nature. Understanding the lore before playing gives weight to your choice. It's no longer about which character looks the coolest or has the best abilities, but about which character's story resonates with you the most. You like the sound of that, right? That's because the lore is awesome. Our final stop into this journey into the importance of Diablo's lore brings us to the heart of the matter, the story itself. The reason number 5, and perhaps the most compelling one, is simply because Diablo's lore is incredibly engaging. Things aren't just black and white. It's not as simple as heroes are good and demons are bad. And you might think that because of the theme of angels and demons, but no. This is a narrative that reveals in shades of grey, in complex characters, intricate moral dilemmas, and hard choices. Consider Inarius and Lilith. They've made decisions that would make most people label them as bad. But when you delve into their backstories, into their motives and intentions, things aren't so clear-cut. Are they truly the villains of the story, or are they just victims of circumstance, caught up in this cosmic game with no easy choices? You see, this is what I like about the lore. It's not just about good and evil, it's about characters and their struggles, their triumphs, and their defeats. It's about the world building, where heroes can fall and where villains can have noble intentions. So if you're a fan of deep, rich, nuanced storytelling, then diving into the lore before playing the game isn't just a suggestion, it's a must. Because to truly appreciate the world of Sanctuary and all its complexities, you need to delve into its past, its characters and their stories. And trust me, it's a dive worth taking. And there you have it. 5 solid reasons why understanding the lore before playing Diablo 4 can significantly enhance your gaming experience. It allows you to truly appreciate the motivations, the decisions of each character, it gives context to the subtle nods and references peppered throughout the game, maximizes your investment, transforming your gameplay into an epic adventure full of depth and discovery. It gives weight to your choice of class, creating a bond between you and that character of yours. And above all, it allows you to appreciate the intricate storytelling that the Diablo series is famous for. But don't just take my word for it. Dive yourself into the story. Maybe watch one of my videos. Discover its lore for yourself and see how it adds a whole new dimension to your experience. Because remember, in the world of Sanctuary, knowledge isn't just power, it's the key to an unforgettable adventures. So grab that key, unlock that door, and prepare to embark on a journey like no other. Wow, that was cringe. I'll keep it in. Well done. You've made it to the end of my video. Well done to me too. This took forever to edit, but I'm really proud of it. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed editing it, although sometimes I was ripping my hair out, but I did try some new things this time around. This is video number 5, I believe. We're gonna keep on keeping on. If you've come this far, a like would be super appreciated, and if you want to see more Diablo content, subscribe. And on that note, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.